Hey everybody, welcome to the Combo Wombo podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Gimpy, with the one, the only, the controversial as always, Chipped Monk. What's up, brother?
What's up, Mike?
Whole lot of nothing, man. Just
it's a controversy up in here, dude. I don't know what you on me on for, dude.
out here with nice fresh cup of coffee, ground the beans, just ready to go. I didn't even take a sip yet, man. I just jumped right into this pod,
right,
so if
man.
you'll excuse me for a second.
All right, well, look at him go. He's really out here just sipping up whatever is in a drink, dude.
Oh yeah. Can I see that?
He's drinking lean, dude, this early on a Sunday, dude, on the Lord's Day.
You try not to, but it happens.
Yeah, dude. Only dads will understand, dude.
Right, for sure.
The real ones.
Oh, man, I just want to jump right into this because Ubisoft has been the company kind of that started the wave of the Stop Killing Games initiative, what with them just closing down the crew and retroactively yanking that from everyone's libraries.
They've been trying to control like their own platform though as well. Like they started like making where if you bought a game on Steam, you'd have to get like their client and
stuff
like that.
Other places have done that too. Like Rockstar does that famously. EA with the EA. So I mean that's I don't think that's the trend. Issue. But the issue is they went into your pocket and pulled it
from them because they're older games that you can find. So Red Alert, I think they had. Is it?
That's
them?
EA.
Is that EA.
Yeah.
Maybe it's EA. I bought their garbage platform and got some of their games
off them. Yeah,
I know it's all on Steam. Older Ubisoft games though I bought too, like on sale, and I was like, oh, this would be nice to have, just in case I want to like
OG Splinter Cells or something. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
OG Prince of Persia.
Yeah, I got both the 1 and 2 Sands of Times, dude.
Yep. There's
before they just became Assassin's Creed, so they didn't have to pay anyone else money. They're like, what if we just
I know
this whole idea?
Jordan Melker needs all the praise, dude. The creator of Prince of Persia, who every time they make a Prince of Persia game, they have to give the OG creator money, and they just don't want to do that. But
smart from a business perspective,
right? So Assassin's Creed just
like killing your games.
Assassin's Creed killed Prince of Persia. It killed Splinter Cell. Those two died, so Assassin's Creed could live.
They keep on threatening new Splinter Cells though.
They do, but it never happens,
a VR one. At one point.
That got
they were going to do a bunch of VR games, and those all got canceled.
All except for guess what? Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed VR game did come out. I think there's the Splinter Cell one was canceled. They may have had a Far Cry one on the docket. Don't quote me on that though.
All of them, dude. I swear, it was like memory. They were just planning on doing a full suite of VR games at one point, and they all got axed.
It's just because the return on investment for VR wasn't piles of money like Ubisoft wants and everything. So. But
they also don't control the platform, dude. They'd have to put it on Steam or Quest,
it'd be Quest. Like they don't care about that platform.
I don't know, Meta, dude. You'd be surprised, dude. They're like, oh, we can't put microtransactions in our games. Like, oh, we have to give Quest a taste of everything, dude.
Same with Steam.
Yeah. That's why they didn't do it, dude. That's why they're like, oh, well, if we just took all our own money.
Anyway, so.
You think that wasn't a factor, dude? That 40% take, dude?
No, it's not 40%.
It's a lot, bro. it's something
40.
like that, dude. It might be, bro. When's the last time you looked at like Steam's cut?
Steam's is 30.
Oh, okay.
Steam's
it's not 40. It's only 30, dude.
Steam's has been 30, and Steam.
What about
at the time
Meta?
did for industry standard? I believe Meta was like probably 20%. It could be 30, but I just remember the figure from Epic being 10. And that's why that was the big draw to the Epic game launcher. But
they keep on doing more and more stuff on the Epic launcher, dude. Shout out to the Epic launcher 5.6 drop. They got their new templates.
No, trash. You don't even use the Epic launcher, dude.
I was using it the other day, dude.
Bullshit, you were. When was the last time you launched
it? I showed it to make a video.
Outside, no. You launched the Unreal Engine. That is not using the Epic launcher. That's
you have to use the
means
launcher
to an
launch
end.
the engine,
when's the
dude?
last time you used the Epic launcher to play a game? I can answer that question for you. Never.
I think like when Fortnite moved over there,
bro.
like stop playing Fortnite at that point.
No, you did not. You haven't played Fortnite way before that. I can guarantee.
I know.
That.
Before that, like to use the Epic launcher to play Fortnite, dude. That's how OG of a Fortnite player We were winning too much, dude. That's why I stopped playing Fortnite.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But
I was like, man, I was like, this is like little kids. I feel like I'm bullying people at this point, dude.
Sure.
My nephew started playing it, and I was like, you know what? I gotta give these kids a chance to win, dude. Like,
I'm sure, dude. The God Gamer comes in and Chipmunk and everyone cowers in fear. That's
yeah, we were terrorizing these children, dude, out there. Dude. They're rolling around. Every other game, we're coming in like chicken dinners, dude. We're eating good, dude. We'll give them the 12-piece, dude. We would just go in, win, and then we're winning so much. I'd be like, man, let's play something else, dude. This is like,
sure, man.
This is just boring, just winning so much, dude. Because they don't have at that point they didn't have like matchmaking based on skill or anything. So you're just like throwing it in. Like nobody really played battle royales except us because we had come in from like H1Z1 and DayZ, and we played a bit of PUBG. So we came in there. We're like, we know how to like. There are like skills and methods to get good at like battle royales that like just regular people just weren't knowing at that point. And then it got popular. So just filthy casuals came in there thinking it'd be like, oh, this is like an FPS. It's like, nah, son, this is something completely different. Like, yeah, pick and choose fights and like spacing and all this other stuff. It's a huge consideration. I said all that to say I haven't touched the fucking Epic launcher in like at least 7 years, dude. At least.
Yeah, no, I figured that.
Just but launch,
going back to my point with Ubisoft, they released a statement kind of defending themselves from the Stop Killing Games initiative. They're like, well,
they don't defend themselves at all, dude. Yeah,
so, no, it's the court of public opinion, which that's who buys your games. So they want to foster buying future games.
Actual courts,
which understood.
Too.
But they also recently, just a couple days ago, announced that they have a subsidiary company being run by the current CEO of Ubisoft's son. Who failed at a separate web venture just like a year ago.
Was he the one who came back like fucking NFT bullshit and everything? Remember this when Ubisoft
he did had
put
that,
NFTs
in? He's like, here, daddy, give me a job, please. And then he's like, here you go, son. You're gonna
boom.
You are now in charge of the next Rainbow6, the next Assassin's Creed, and the next Far Cry. So it's like,
I feel like the people in charge
might have been Watch Dogs,
Ubisoft don't really do much at this point, though, right?
Well, it's
like you have such a big franchise, like so many known variables, like. You're really just like checking the back of the box of like what we do last time. All right, just make sure the team does that. Like you're really just meeting with like the top C-suite people.
It
is hard to mess up this job. He has positioned his son for a lot of success here.
every single release of an Ubisoft franchise, the sequels, it becomes more loaded with microtransactions than gameplay to the point where you press start, you gotta pay some bits real quick. You gotta go, here's a $5 just to play the game. It's getting to that point. So my question for you, and before you go on a long diatribe of being God gamer, microtransaction manager,
gamer, dude.
Do you think that the age of Ubisoft critical acclaim is over at this point? And I want to bring you to the early to mid 2000s where you had Prince of Persia, Splinter Cell, Rayman made a comeback with Rayman Origins, and critically acclaimed single player experiences, and also Beyond Good and Evil, which we both absolutely love, and I don't think Beyond Good and Evil 2 will ever see the light of day. It is now the new Duke Nukem
Propaganda.
Forever. So
that's their song they have.
And with that,
if you're an OG Good and Evil fan,
if
you're not to look up the Propaganda Beyond Good and Evil song, dude, it's earworms. They'll get stuck in your head.
So
decades.
Do you think that Ubisoft has the potential to bring back these experiences and have foster goodwill with the community? I will say, keep in mind the newer Prince of Persia being a Metroidvania, really decent actually. So there's a little bit of hope, but I'll give that to you.
I've never been big on the Assassin's Creed games, but like I have a friend who is, and she was telling me that the newest one was like really fun. And I was like, oh, what about like how there's like a bruiser type character and like you don't really sneak around? They're like, yeah, I like that. It's a good break from like the female character where you're like sneaking around getting assassin kills. So yeah, there's a lot of brainless idiots out there who love Assassin's Creed. It was a good friend. I was just joking with them, but yeah, they like it. They like the gameplay. They like the direction it's going. I'll say that they have a lot of motherfuckers over in Ubisoft.
Let me before you say anything else related to that, do they play other games or would you say they're a gamer or more casual
Yeah, they're
enjoyer
playing
of
other.
games?
They like. I would say they're the perfect tadpole for like exactly what big video game companies want.
Okay.
Like they bought like the new Xbox just to play like Avowed because that was like the new next gen game. Like the advertising got to them. They're like, "Yo, look at the shiny box. This is gonna be tight." So
No
they
one
got for
bought a
like
console to play Avowed. That's insane.
yeah,
Go
dude.
on.
And then they played it and they're like, you know what? This game's like a C plus game. They enjoyed it. They're like, there's nothing outstanding about, but like, you know, they're literally like the casual, you know.
If you bought a console for Avowed, you are okay. Go on.
A lot of people buy a lot
Avowed's
of games.
fine. I mean, but I don't think
dude.
it's a console seller.
Hey man, like it's kind of like you said where you're waiting for like 3 games or whatever. So it's like that was kind of like the one that like kind of tipped it in enough favor where they're like, you know what, let me try this out. Let me get this one.
Avowed's the game. All right.
Yeah, that things
Shout
are
out
on
to the Avowed
sale.
developers who are just also
moving
shocked.
consoles, dude. Nah, dude. Every game's somebody's favorite game. You don't knock it, bro. And like it's like new, it's like a new IP. So they're like, you know what, I want to try this. This might be my shit.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out. That being said, Ubisoft has as I was saying, Ubisoft got a lot of motherfuckers over there, dude. I think they employ like 3,000-4,000 people or something like that. Like, I don't know. I'm sure they do, but like you don't really hear about it. Like they don't do like a lot of like huge crunch. They're not like really that diabolical. Like,
yes, they are.
Yeah. Like to their own employees. Like, I don't know. Because
crunch.
like the European laws are like better for employees. They seem to suffer a lot less at the hands of the corpos, which is nice. I'll say that there's a lot of really smart people over there, a lot of like technically accomplished people. I am still sour about Rayman. They're going to release like that engine for like level design stuff. And they're just like, no, we're keeping that. But they're like, yeah, we're going to open source this. It's going to be great. And they're like, no, we're not. Like, you fucking idiots. So I think they have like a lot of good people working in the trenches over there, making stellar games.
That could be said about every big company too, though, right?
Yeah,
like EA has people who offshot to success, you know. So I think that, you know, you can work for the Death Star. Doesn't mean you believe in the Death Star's ideals, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of good technicians on that Death Star, dude.
Right,
innocent plumbers and
exactly.
just regular people, dude, just living life.
Sure.
Got taken out. Innocent people.
So outside of good people work there, do you think that they have the capacity to make something that's, you know, single player, that's fair to
that's what I'm saying. Like even like the Assassin's Creed tech, like when that first came out, that was like a technical accomplishment, dude. Like just having like that many characters like to live in cities. Like I think all the software, hardware dream, like I want to say it was like a Metal Gear Solid game dev thing where they're talking about like what they're wanting to accomplish, what they're technically able to accomplish, and like every Metal Gear game, they're like a step up on that ring. I feel like that's kind of where Ubisoft's at right now, where it's like from like 2004, 2005, like they had like grand ambitions, and like they're within like the last 8 years, they've been able to accomplish that with like hardware. Like they don't have to find like the software solutions. Yeah, I think they're in a great place. I think they have the ability to like pivot, make new stuff. They have a lot of talented people who are just wizards at coding and everything else. They got a lot of French people who make weird French shit that like be interesting. I think like some of the games and lore, like Beyond Good and Evil, like I don't know if they'll again, like when you have like shareholders and stockholders and stuff, like you can't really make a lot of weird bets like that. Like you have to do like what sells and like what advertises well. So you're just gonna see like more Assassin's Creed and stuff until it like implodes on itself. But again, like there's like weird family infighting over there where they're fighting like shareholders and like trying to piece apart the company to like sell parts of it to like Tencent and stuff. There's a lot of weird like corporate.
Yeah, Tencent owns a good chunk of Ubi, and the spin-off company that just got announced will be owned by Tencent as well. So you're right.
So there's like a lot of, I don't think we'll have Ubisoft for much longer. I think it's like a shell corporation at this point that's like a pass-through for these other corporations where they're trying to maintain more family ownership and creativity of these IPs. And I don't know if that's good or bad. Like, you know, like, I don't know. There'll be a mobile game company soon, dude. That's like where Ubisoft's going to be, like if they aren't already. Like,
Yeah. So it's sad that because they're the last like family owned company that from the kind of like the OG period of game dev, most of the
yeah,
single owned companies got bought by bigger entities that got bought by bigger entities that got sold to Microsoft, Sony, or just it's
yeah,
one of those.
Nintendo,
So I hope for the best, but I think
Square Enix, dude.
they're in the weird position of wanting to be EA, where
Yeah,
but instead of being like corporate overlords, they have the family aspect, which
yeah,
I work for a small company, and a lot of the issues that we have in my day to day, it's because when it boils down to, I'm basically working for a mom and pop company, which some aspects
yeah.
I like, some aspects, we just have to grow, but I have the ability to grow with it. Ubisoft has grown, but they have the corporate oversight and the shareholder oversight with like Tencent and shareholders and stuff too, but it's still a family kind of making the decisions. And I think that a long time ago they lost their way, and
Mm.
some say they gave into greed. I think they gave into pressure, and then greed came along with it. But
I think it's just profit too. Like
I
again, it's like if you have, like if you again are you looking at this 3,000 person company, and you have like all these people you got to keep employed. Like, are you going to do like what's extremely profitable? Are you going to like take more artistic risk? Uh, what do you do? And it's like, yeah, we got to do like what's profitable, like what keeps
you
people paid.
you
But
have to have a balance, I think, for your employees' sake, not just for the
yeah,
fans, right? But like EA being the juggernaut of closing studios that they are, that
yeah,
period in the mid 2000s where they financed games that they never would have before, that gave their developers just creative freedom, I personally find was EA's golden age. We had
yeah,
DICE not being in the Battlefield mines, but they made Mirror's Edge, which was a passion project for them. You know,
yeah.
we had Unraveled 1 and 2. It's was Mark Echo's Getting Up, was that EA published? I actually don't remember. But
I don't think so. It might be. We have to look it up, dude.
yeah, I'd have to look it up. But they had just
We
games
don't do
that,
research here, dude.
and
This is just off the cuff.
Fight Night as well, right? Like after Fight
Yeah.
Night round 3, it stopped being as uh financially
What
like
was that
viable
hip hop
to do it,
fighting
but they kept
game? Was
doing
it
Def Jam, Fight for New
Yeah.
York, and
Yeah.
like also another banger, right? Just
Yeah.
weird games that you could just pop on the EA big line, SSX, things where you're
It's
just
tricky.
like, these are not traditional sports games, and you're getting a different audience, but there's creativity there. You're not just forced to make the same game every single year, right?
Yeah.
And the Burnout franchise, right? Like with Criterion had their own thing, which I think they were an indie studio at the time. I could be wrong. I might be confusing that with another thing, but they got folded into another in the Need for Speed Salt Mines, or the Battlefield Salt Mines as well, because they're helping work
Yeah.
on Battlefield 6 now. But Ubisoft was also in that same era making fun, unique games, but they also had their backbone of games that they could depend on to make money year over year. So with the newer Prince of Persia, I think the potential is there, but I don't think the higher ups want to do it. I think that I don't know how the new Prince of Persia got greenlit, because it's not something that Ubisoft would really
Didn't it get
do.
canceled already?
And what? No, it's what are you talking about?
Is it out?
Fallen Crown? Yeah, it's out. It's great.
right.
I
Is it
mentioned
great?
it like
Have you played
October.
it? Mhm.
October.
All right.
I haven't beaten it. I played it and bought it and just
This is why I
kind of forgot
don't
about it.
talk
But
about more Prince of Persia's. Didn't know just falling
Fallen
through the sand
oh,
cracks.
oh
dude.
no. It's legitimately good. So
All right.
I don't. I think that was a one-off versus the new norm. I hope that with the economy and by the economy, I mean gaming economy being what it is, I don't see them making these passion projects any longer. I hope they do, but it doesn't look good.
It
So
seems
I don't.
like they keep having like whiplash. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on over at Ubisoft. Like, you guys need to get your shit together. Like, from a leadership perspective. I think like they had
know
spent.
that.
Yeah, it's yeah, like I don't know if like you're gonna do like these cool VR games and you pull the plug on that. You're gonna do like these other like interesting games like you pulling the plug on things, and then you're like you're wasting resources like chasing like your tail, and then like doubling down like because you've spent so much time and energy like on bullshit that you have to like go back and be like, oh, I guess we gotta go back to the well and like do what we know is profitable. And it's I don't know, man. I think you need to take your time and pick better shots in what you're doing, and I don't know, stop killing games, you fucks. Like do some like do some like actual goodwill for the community. Like release the fucking demo servers for the crew. Get shit out there, get it back up on your servers and running, dude. Like make it LAN at least something, dude. I feel like they have the ability. There's the people, the talent. They could easily do like these gestures of goodwill to get people to like at least down. If they put out like the crew and be like, hey guys, like you got to sign up right now in the next 48 hours to get like access to the crew again, you get like a couple 100,000 signups like that easy, dude, on your bullshit platform.
Yeah, it sounds like Ubisoft Connect is kind of going the way of the dodo as well. I mean, EA also pulled all their games from Steam, and then which is why you bought Red Alert on the EA launcher. But they, have since seen Steam's the biggest player in town. You're losing out on dollars, so they put them all back on Steam. So
if we got hired over there at Ubisoft,
they all come crawling back.
If you brought us over as consultants, like that's what I'm telling you guys to do day one is like you gotta bring back a lot of these dead games, put them on your launcher, get people out there for like DRM free, put some of it on good old games. I would hire some actual crew of people to just do some behind the scenes stuff. I think you need to like put a face back on this corporation to show that there's like real artists and stuff there. Like you need some mockumentary, documentary crews like rolling through and just like kind of touching on the day to day and like do some. You're in control of your own PR, dude. Like how you guys fucking this up? Like it doesn't make sense.
That's the family aspect that hurts it, right? They take the losses very publicly and very personally. So interesting point. I just wanted to get some of that stuff off my chest with Ubisoft because I'm like, you're spinning off into a subsidiary that it's just going to make the same mistakes. I hope not, but time will tell. But with that, man, I think that.
What do you think they need to do, man? If they hired us as consultants, what's your big thing they should do immediately?
I understand the need for projects to make money. I understand that's why
release the Rayman level editor, you fucks.
No, just
promises were made.
Passion projects don't all get shoveled to nowhere. I think that giving developers a light to be creative, and the game development is such a weird job to have, right? Because you can work on Madden for your entire life, be bored as hell, right? Or you can make Clair Obscure, something that's just unique. You had an idea in your head, and everyone just is super passionate about the project because it hasn't been done before, and you're creatively just interested in it, and you're creatively focused. Like I don't know how focused and creatively fulfilled you can be with churning the same game out every year. Like I understand Bungie wanting to leave the grasp of Microsoft because they didn't want to make a Halo every single year. Right, you want to work on something else. Even if you love that property, you want something else. If you're having vanilla ice cream every day, sometimes you want to have chocolate, right? Sometimes you want to have some sprinkles on that. Just
take it easy.
That's where I am. I think that it's going to take a bigger change in leadership from the top or a bigger change in strategy, and I hope that. The financial losses they've taken over the past 2-3 years, especially, I hope that's given them some insight into turning the ship around. So, but time will tell.
That's the most useless bullshit. This is why you'd be a good consultant. You're just like various.
Not all of us are god tier, never lost gamers like Chip. So on that note,
all we do is win here, dude. I'm trying to help these guys win.
And for the Combo Wombo podcast,
I would say take all your like weird art projects and you throw them on your fucking Ubisoft platform as like demos. Let the people play them, get it out there, and then you can collect all that information. Think of all the analytics, dude, that you're getting. And then you could be like, oh, people are interested in this type of game. Maybe we should like focus down, make this like, it doesn't even have to be good or working games. You'd be like, oh, these are like technical demos. And, you know, I think you have to do two parts, and like one of them's like release it, and the second part's educate people so they understand the difference. So they're not like, oh, this game's broken. Be like, no, this is supposed to be broken. This is like a fun thing that we're working on. Like, what do you guys think? And if they're like, hey, we think this is trash, be like, all right, let's scrap it. We don't talk about that no more.
You know, we're two dudes sitting in our houses talking about it, and they're in the trenches. Dude. So, you know,
but so I think we're at a good spot to show them, dude. Like they're face down in the trench, dude. We're out here looking at the actual battlefield, 1942, bro. Like we see like the landscape, and like we're like, all right, here's some paths to victory. And then right now, like you guys are like pulling pins and throwing grenades in your own trenches. You know, things are popping off in your own face. Like, you're so weirdly obsessed with like chasing trends and like money and like re-releasing like the same game. Like you're not seeing the bigger picture on like how this is like eating away and rotting your corporation from the inside out. Like even if you win, like you still lose, dude. Like it's a Pyrrhic victory. You guys are going for Pyrrhic victories here on like the corporate front instead of like past to actual victory.
All right, man.
On the gaming front.
It's a good one to end it on for the Cowboy Wombo podcast. I'm Mr. Gimpy, and that's Chipmunk. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah. We out of here, guys.